Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I've missed all of you in the last couple of weeks. I'll quickly just let you know where I've been in the last couple of weeks, and then I want to share with you the project that has been a project that I wanted to show you 2 weeks ago. So about 2 weeks ago, I shared with you my projects using my latest digital collection, which is Misty Garden. And these were the projects that I had shared with you. And then I was going to come back and show you how I made a couple of the projects. And then, but I also had planned to go away for the weekend after I'd done that video. So we went away for a few days with the caravan, my husband and I. And while we went away, I got really sick while we were away. But then we came back home, and I was still sick for about a week. I was really sick, so I wasn't able to do any videos or do anything. I just had to rest. Then I sort of got better, and then my two granddaughters who are living with me at the moment with their mum and dad, then they got really sick. So while I was still trying to get better, I had to help my daughter with both her daughters as well to try and just help her and give us some extra help. So it's just been a very busy couple of weeks with all of us being sick at home. But I am much better now, and I'm ready to come back and share with you my projects and some more ideas that I have to share with you along the way. I have also got some exciting news to share with you, which I will talk about that in the next week or so. It's regarding my digitals. But I want to continue along from where I left off when I shared with you the projects. For those that had purchased the kit, thank you so much, and for waiting patiently to see what I've made. So what I had shared with you was some of these projects, but in this video, these were the cute little envelope booklets that I also shared with you, and I will link down below the project share of the projects that I've made to give you some inspiration. These were also I shared with you in that video. These are just some cute little envelope booklets, and it's not so much of a tutorial that I'm going to do in this video. It's just a process video. I'm just going to make it in the video and just show you how I put it together, and then you can maybe follow along as well and make one as well with the kit. I then thought I'd make a few little clusters, little dangle clusters with a bowl pin with some more of the ephemera pieces that came along in the kit. Just so there was like a word sentiment in there, a cute little tiny tag, and a couple of ephemera pieces. Then just embellished it with some ribbon, and I thought these would be really cute to dangle on a journal or on another tag. Or I'm going to probably add this to the little booklet that I'm going to make. And this is another one that I made. So in one of the kit, there's an ephemera kit with 5 pages, and there were these little word sentiments, and then I just cut it out. And then this is just a little cluster of lace and trim. So these were just some cute little extra pieces that I made. So these are the little booklets that I'm going to show you how I put this together in the video. I just added some little cluster of fabric pieces, little dangle. This is the cover of the pocket booklet, and this is the envelope. I then made a little tuck pocket here. I just cut one of the pieces out of the kit and made this into a little, I just fold that in half to make it into a little journaling spot, and that just gets tucked in there. Then you've got this part here where you can add some ephemera pieces, another note, some journaling cards or note cards, and or you can pop this inside another journal or use this as a floating pocket in a journal. This is the other one I made. I also just added some trim here and a little dangle. This is the cover. Same thing. The only difference, I made the pocket on this side. So you can see the two different pockets on that side, and then this one's on the right side. Another little tuck pocket just for another little spot to do some writing. And this is also the pocket to add other bits and pieces. And it's just a cute little idea to make using the envelope that's in the kit. And you can also, I will do a tutorial for you on how I made this really adorable folio folder. It's a tri-fold folio folder. It's not as hard as it looks. It's just, I've just got to get everything together to show you how to make it. But you know, you can add this inside. So this sort of one's open like that. And that flips up, and then you can tuck it. There's a pocket here. You can tuck it in the pocket at the back here. We just want a spot there. So you can add it in there. This also opens up into another side pocket. You can tuck it in here if you want to make one of these when I show you. There's another spot here. You can tuck that in there. You can then just also, I made a belly band on this side that can get tucked in there as well. So there's a lot of ways you can tuck these little booklets, or you can just send one of these as a little gift to a crafty friend that does junk journaling. You can use your own digitals. So I'm going to make one now in this video. This is the collage background sheets, just so I just show you. So that's one of them. Now with these, you can also make them with any envelopes. You don't have to use the envelope that's in the kit. In my kit, there are 2 envelopes. You get this pattern print, and as well as this one here. This is the other one. So you get 2 sheets of these 2 pattern envelopes. And then on this one, it came on this page, it comes with 4 of these circle ephemera pieces, and that's the little circle one that I've got here. And I've also started one here as well as the other one. So I just made them into little clusters. So that's also on that page. So I've already cut mine out. So all you do is just cut it out, follow the outline, cut it out, and then you'll get yourself an envelope. And you could also use this as a template and just, you know, use a pen and draw an outline, and then you've got yourself a template to make some more of these envelopes. You could also use any of these sort of envelopes, as long as it's got a closure that's got that triangle shape for your closure. You can make them out of these envelopes, and then all you do is just cover all the envelope with your digital papers or anything, music paper, book pages. So that way it's all covered. But this one's already got a print, so I've already cut my envelope out. So I'm just going to make one, and we'll go along, and you can just watch me make it. I did grab a few bits and pieces of extra pieces, because you will need a few other papers to make the cover. Just whatever you have. I've got in here just a few, some book pages, some embossing paper. I'm just going to see what I'm going to work with, but just anything you have that that you want to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I've already cut out the envelope, and then you just fold along the 2 sides and the bottom part, and that'll give you the envelope. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it down. Just waiting for my glue to come through. So let's just glue the bottom part of the envelope. And if you like to do some inking and distress it with your ink, do that first before you assemble your envelope. I'm not going to do any inking on this one. I did do some light distress inking with Vintage Photo by Tim Holtz for these 2. So now you've got your envelope all done. With this part here, we're going to cut it. So I'm just going to cut, see where it's sort of straight along there. We're going to cut across there. So we're going to leave that little piece. So we're going to cut where it's straight, and just sort of cut it as straight as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So as long as you've got a little bit of a height there, and then we're going to fold that down you're probably best to fold it down first. It gives you a guide of where to cut it. I should have done that first, but let me just go this way. You just want a little bit of a, one of these sort of little flaps. So I'm just going to fix this up. Okay, that should be good enough. So you want that like that. And what you do now is you just want to grab a piece of paper, and we're going to create a cover like I have here. This is your cover. So this part here is that part of the envelope that we cut. So I'm just going to see what I'm going to use. And this part here, keep that to the side because that's going to be the pocket part. So I might just do the same and use a book page. Just a bit of a small one, or I might use a music sheet. So you've got a music sheet here. And then what you want to do is you want to just work out how much of a coverage you want for your cover. You can go all the way over. You can make it as high as you like, whatever you want. I'm just going to make mine a little bit shorter than the width of the envelope, but that's going to go on the inside. So I'm just going to fold it. So you can just still be able to see a little bit of the pattern of the envelope, which is nice to see. And I might just make mine the same height as the envelope, or as close to. So I've got my paper, that's the size, that's going to be the cover. So then you open up, that's going to look like that. So all we do now is just add some glue along there. You can see now you have yourself a cover, and there is your pocket. Really easy. And then what I decided to do is I added more layering and more collaging and adding some lace and decorating it a little bit more. So I'm going to do that with this piece. So I've made my cover base already. And let's decorate this a little bit more. What have I got? I've got some pieces here. So these are from the ephemera kit, and I've just cut a few pieces out and see what we could do with these. So you can add another piece like that, and then you've got yourself a nice focal piece as your cover. I can use that one. That's nice too. There's so many you could choose from. I've already got that one with it, so let's use. I've got this one here. I might use this one. Let's use that one. So I'm just going to fold that in half. So I'm just going to just decorate this now. So I'll put that there. I might even add a little bit of lace, some trim like I've done here. Let's do that. So what have I got? I'll use this one. I want to see a little bit more of the music sheet. Okay, that's good. And there is no right or wrong or rules on how to decorate or embellish your cover. You just do it to however you like. Use your trims, all your sort of papers, anything you want. I'm just going to add that there. And I think I'm going to leave mine a little bit sticking up at the top. I like having a little bit of, a little bit of little pieces hang off the edge. And I'm going to place that there. I might even add let's just add that to there for now. So with this one, I'm going to just glue not right around the edge. Just want to see. Just think of adding some more lace. Okay, let's just leave that. So I'm just going to glue not along the edge, just a little bit inside. And then what I'm going to do is crumple up the edges. Sort of, I don't know what you call it, crumpling them up. So I'm just going to lift them up there and just sort of fold them down, just to give it that sort of I don't know what you want to call it, just some more, what do you call it when you want to just rough, make the edges a little bit distressing. So you can see I didn't really do any inking. I don't ink a lot of my journaling things. I think it still looks nice without inking. I like seeing a little bit more of the white. It just sort of lifts the color more and not gives it that dark sort of look. So sometimes I don't ink the edges. So then we've got that. So this is now the cover. So I've got all that. I might even use this. What I've done here is I've added like a little, just like a little tab there to decorate that, because what I'll do is I'll add those in that little cluster that I made. Take that off the edge there. And then I could maybe use this one. And I'll just punch a hole and dangle that to there. And look how pretty that looks already. I might use this one. And now we're going to go on the inside. And then we've got this piece that we cut out. That was the closure of the envelope. That is going to be your side pocket. So you can place it there. Or you can place it there. And that just gives you an extra tuck pocket. And I think I'm going to place mine on this side. And then if it sort of sticks out a bit down here, just trim it off. But I am actually going to trim that off. I like it to not be too close to the fold, so it's easy to open and close. And I might just add some trim there as well. I might use a different one. I'll use this one. It's not as wide. So I could, why don't I do this one? And I'm just going to see if I've got my hole punch. This is a heart shape, not to worry. I left my other hole punch in my other room. Just going to use that one for now. Going to grab the little ball pin. And then I could detach this if I want to, and then I can use these on other projects. So that's that. And there is your little cute envelope folder. And then you've got a pocket here. See, what have I got? I could use this. Use that as a little booklet. But you know, you can use that as a book, a little pocket to tuck in one of those. And there you have yourself a little envelope booklet using the envelope digital that's in the kit, if you want some ideas on what you can make with the envelope. So I hope you enjoyed this project share and a process bit on how I made these. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.